Hi everyone. So we're back now with this tutorial on this pretty pendant, and I did choose a name, and the name that I chose is Starburst because it kind of looks like a starburst pendant. You know, it's got the burst in here of a star. This is actually, it looks like a complicated pendant, but it really isn't. It's really simple to make. I'm going to try to do this pendant pretty quickly because my uploads have been quite big and it takes quite a while to upload these tutorials. So I'm going to cut this one short. I am going to show you how to do this, but I'm not going to go over and over and over. So hopefully you're an advanced beader and not a beginner beader. Even if you are a beginner beader, you can just keep replaying the video to see how to do each and every step of this pendant. So let's get our materials. Here is what you're going to need. And this is actually all Firepolish beads. They're all Czechoslovakian Firepolish. So you're going to need 16 of these 6mm Firepolish. You're going to need 4mm Firepolish, and this one I'm using a crystal AB. You're going to need 3mm Firepolish, and this one is opaque white. You're going to need a 11 and a 15 in a seed bead. And you're going to need a Swarovski 2-hole Xillion crystal. I bought these just sew on easy. They're like a Montee, but they're a little bit more higher raised than a Montee. And I bought these off Art Beads, which I will link the site where you can purchase these. They're really cheap, but they're really pretty crystals and they're very sparkly. And today I'm going to use the topaz colored one. So you gather all your materials. Oh, and you're going to need 6-pound Fireline. I'm using Nanofill. And you're going to need a size 12 beading needle. So you gather, and a pair of scissors, you gather all your materials, and I'll meet you back here to start. Okay, so I've laid out all my beads, and I've gotten started with my pendant. So first off, you're going to make a little circle. So this one is 16 beads, 16 11/0s, and then I just tied them into a good knot. So this is what you're going to do first. You make one ring like that, and then you're going to make a ring here of a 6mm, a 11/0, 6mm, 11/0, and you're going to continue this around till you have 16 of each. And then you're going to tie it off into a circle, and you're going to exit out of one of the 11/0 seed beads. This is where you need to be exiting. And we're going to get started right away. So first off, what you're going to do is you're going to pick up 2 15s, a 3mm, a 4mm, a 3mm, and 2 15s. So this is what you're going to have on your needle. So this is going to be a bit of trickiness, but try not to tie cut your threads off too short, because I did make one and I cut my threads after I tied the knots and it came apart. So don't do that. So you're going to work in a clockwise direction. I am just going to slip my needle through one of the 11/0s in this little circle. And we're going to attach this little circle now. So you're going to have this. like so. And then you're going to work your way back up through all these beads, through the 215s, the 3mm, the 4mm, the 3mm, and the 215s. And then you're going to go, your thread's exiting this way, so you're just making a circle, and you're going to put your needle this way, like so, through that bead, and then you're going to pull it. And then you're going to run your needle through your 6mm and through the 11 again, like so, and pull. I think I have a knot. Of course I do. I would be shocked if I didn't have a ton of knots. It's kind of tricky just to get started, but once you get it started, it gets a lot easier. So this is what you've got, the start of your center one. I'll show you one more time, because this is what you're going to do all the way around without skipping any beads in here. And you're not going to skip any beads here, so you've got 1 for 1. So 2 15s, a 3mm, a 4mm, a 3mm, and 2 15s. You're going to come right back down, right beside the 11 that you exited from, and you're going to go through the bead this way. If I can get it in there, like so. Okay? And pull my tail. And then you're just going to come around, work your way back up again through the 2 15s, the 3, the 4, the 3, and the 2 15s. And then you're going to go back through your 11, through the 6mm, and back out, exiting through an 11-0. And you're just going to completely do this all the way around till you have all the center filled. It's going to be a little wonky shaped, funky kind of, it's very, very loose. But as we progress, this will tighten up. So just give yourself, you know, a chance to get it all done. These are, you know, they're not flimsy. They're perfect. So continue doing this for all the way around. And I'll see you back here when you're done. Okay, so once you've completed your starburst, which is the very middle here, you can go ahead and cut off all your tails now. I think they're pretty much weaved in now, and I'm going to trim off the last tail that's on the bigger part. So what you've done now is you've done your complete starburst in the middle, and you're going to work your way back down through any one of these lines of beads and go back into one of the 11-O's, and make sure you stay in the thread path of that particular row. So if you're in this row and it was coming this way out of this bead, then go in the direction of what your thread path is, so you're not throwing it off kilter here. And you're going to work to put your centerpiece in. You're going to work over 2 beads separated by 6 on each side. So you're going to work over these 2, you're going to go across and work on these 2, so you have 6 beads evenly on the outside. So first what you're going to do is you're going to exit out of your 11-0 like so. You're going to pick up your Swarovski like so. I'm exiting here, so I need to go across, count 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to go into the next 2 beads. Because of the wide opening between the 2 holes on this particular Swarovski sew-on bead, the hole's quite big, so you're going to use two 11s like so. And then you're going to pull it tight. So you have this. Then you're going to come back and go through the second hole of the crystal. So you're exiting out of the second hole. Well, sort of, yeah. I'll pull my thread through, but I won't pull it tight so you can see. And then you're just going to come back around and go through these same 2 beads here across from it, which can be a little bit tricky, like so. Okay. And then you have it nice and even in the center, like so. So you're going to reinforce this. You're just going to go right back directly through this 2-3 times, as many times as you want. I'm going to do it a few times, just because I like it to be nice and snug in the middle. Make sure you go through the same 2 beads. And because you're using a 6-pound Fireline, it's not that thick, so you can go through this with a size 12 beading needle at least 3 times. And that's what I'm going to do. 3 times. So it's good and secured. I love these beads. These Swarovski Xillion crystals, the 2-hole beads. And through there. And through there. So there's 3 times for me. And this is what you've got, your crystal in the middle. It's very pretty. So with these yellows and golds, it kind of does look like a starburst. So I really like that name. So you're going to go work your way back up. Okay, so you've worked your way back up. You need to go through the 6mm. Keeping all your work nice and tight. And work your way down. You're exiting out of the 6mm. Just go down through the first 2 15-ohs. Alright? Then you're going to pick up 5 15s, and you're going to go back up through these 2 15s, like so, and you're going to pull it tight so you have this. Then you're going to go through the 6mm, out the 6mm, down the 2 15s in the next row, and keep your work nice and tight, because this pendant's going to tighten up as you go along. And then you're going to pick up 5 more 15s, and then you're going to go back. You're working back because we're making loops, so just go back up through that, like so. Can you see that? And then into the 6, exit the 6, and down through the 2 15s that you were just working out of. So you have this. So now you're just going to go straight across and pick up 5 up through the 2 15s in the next row, like so, and pull. Then you're going to go across the 6 millimeter, exit the 6 millimeter, and down the 2 15s in the next row. And this is all you're going to do. You're going to go back one row, forward one row, back one row. It's just to get each and every 6 millimeter lined with 15-aught seed beads all around it like that. Okay, so you continue to do that, and I'll see you back here when you're done. Okay, so you've completed all the way around putting your 5 seed beads in there. When you're finished, I need you to come through one of, don't matter which one of these groups of 5 seed beads, but you need to be exiting out of the 3rd bead in the middle of any one of these. So wherever you're close, your thread is closest to, exit out of that. So make sure you use your thread path though to go through the 6 millimeter and exit out of this middle bead here. And then you're going to pick up 2 15s. You're exiting here in the middle. You're going to come through just the 4 millimeter fire polish in that line and pull. You're going to pick up 1 seed bead, and you're going to go across to the one directly beside it and go back up like so, and put that 1 bead in place. Pick up 2 more 15s and go back through the middle 3rd bead in the row of 5 like so, and pull until you have this in here. And then you're going to go through 2 beads, and it should look like this. Okay, so you've gotten that far. My thread was kind of tangled up in here. You're going to pick up, once you get between the rows of 5, you're going to pick up a 3 millimeter and go across to the next group of 5, exiting out of the 3rd bead like so, and pull, and just let that 3 millimeter sit up there. Pick up 2 more 15s, go down through the 4 millimeter, pick up 1 15, go back up through the 4 millimeter right beside it. Can be a little tricky if you pulled your work tight, which I hope you did, because this will tighten up like so. Pull that bead in place and go back through the bead you were just exiting in the row of 5, the middle bead. And then you can go through the 2 beads here instead of doing 1 and then 2. If you can get through all those beads, then you're best to do that. Oops. Oopsies. Did a boo-boo. And my thread is stuck. Okay. I forgot to pick up 2 15s. Told you I wasn't very perfect. I make mistakes. In fact, I make a lot of mistakes. I'm forever pulling out my work. And here I do it right on the tutorial. Well, cameras don't lie, right? Alright, so pick up the 2 15s that I sweetly forgot. and go right back through the 3 beads. It should be 3 beads that you're going through, like so. I know it's probably not easy to see, but now we're going to tighten that into place. And you're going to pick up another 3mm, go back across the next group of 5 up to the 3rd bead in the middle, like so, and just continue this all the way around. And I'll see you back here when you've got your little spriggy things done in between all your Starburst. And I love that name, by the way, Starburst. Be back. Okay, so we've completely gone around and filled in all this Starburst area, so it's nice and it's starting to get really nice and snug and tight. So last bead you put on would have been your 3mm. Stay exiting out of that bead. I had to tie off and tie on new thread because my thread was getting too short. So now you're going to do the same thing as you did before in a previous round. You're going to pick up 5 seed beads of the 50 nose, and you're going to go right across to the next 3mm Czechoslovakian. And you're going to do that all the way around, picking up 5 seed beads and filling in the space between each 3mm crystal. So I'll be back when you get that all done. Okay, so you've completed putting your 5 beads between each 3mm, and what you need to do is get into the 3rd bead, which is in the middle of any one of the group of 5s. Now you're going to be exiting here somewhere, so just work your way till you're exiting out of one of those groups of 5, and make sure it's the middle bead. Then you're going to pick up 4 15s. You're going to turn your work around because it's a lot easier to get through the fire polish if you work from the back. And you're going to put your needle through and pull it tight, like so. Turn your work back around, pick up 5 more, and you're going to go over top of the 6mm and go right back into the 4 beads you just put on. And you're going to go through the middle bead again, like so. Hope you can see that. And you're going to pull it. So you have this. Pick up 4 seed beads. And go right back through the 5 that you put on top of the Czechoslovakian. And pull your work tight, like so. And then you're going to go back through these 4 beads again, but do not go through the middle bead. Go back through the 4 beads, like so, and try to pull your work nice and tight. Now you're going to work in this direction, and you're going to go through the 2 beads beside the middle one, so you're going to go through the 2 beads, the 3mm, and 3 more beads, so you're in the next group of 5, and pull tight, and that should sit up there just like that. So pick up 4, turn your work around, go through your fire polish like so, pull tight, pick up 5 seed beads, go back over the 6mm fire polish and back through the 4 seed beads you just put on, including the middle bead in the group of 5 down there. So this is what you've got. And pull. Pick up 4 more. Go back through the 5 seed beads on top. Your work's going to be a little bit loose, which is cool. And back through the 4 first beads, but do not go through that center bead again. And pull your work nice and tight, like so. So again, through the 2 beads in that group of 5, through the fire polish, the 3mm, and back into the center bead of the next group of 5, like so. And then pull your work tight. And then you'll see it tightens up once you get over here. Okay? So do that all the way around, and we will see you back here. Okay? Like so. This is what it should look like. We're getting very near to the end of this pendant. Okay. Now you should have this once you have completed it. You should have all these sitting on top. Funky looking seed beads. But we're going to fix that up now. So what you're going to do now is you've exited after you've completed your last one. You need to just get into the top. So I'm just going to go through all these seed beads here just to get to the top of the 5 that we put on, which is between the 4s. And it's tricky because I made my work nice and tight. Alright, I'm going to work from here. So I've gone through the first 4 here in this row. Now I'm just going to go straight across the 5, like so. And it's getting tight. Now you're going to pick up a 3mm. Wow, my needle's pretty funky shape. Pick up a 3mm. You're exiting these 5s. Go across through, don't go through any of the 4 in the front. Go through the back 5 that you put on top of your 6mm fire polish. Like so. And pull tight. Okay, do that again. Pick up fire polish, 3mm, through the 5 on top, and pull tight. And this is what you've got. Okay? It completes the whole top of this. And kind of hides any of your threads that were in between here that you can kind of see overlapping on top of the fire polish. Once you put these in, it will complete it. So what you need to do now is put your fire polish between each one, and I'll see you back here and show you how to put your bail on. Okay, now we have completed the all around the outside of the pendant, and it should look like this. It's very pretty. It kind of looks lacy, does it not? And I love this citrine color. I use the citrine instead of the topaz because it kind of looks like a starburst, so we'll stick with the yellow. Now you should be exiting out of a 3mm Czechoslovakian. I've gone around the outside a couple of times and kept pulling my work tight and even tying half hitch knots in there to keep this nice and cupped and tight. So this is what you should have when you have completed going around. It's very pretty. I love these colors. They're all sweet. This is a sea opal color. It's beautiful. Alright, so for the bail, I've done this kind here, where you've got to put a jump ring through there and use it for your chain. And I've also done it this way, another different bail, where you would put your chain through it this way. So it looks like this. So this bail I'm going to do different. Again, it's my famous bail I love. You're going to pick up 3 seed beads, 3 11s, a 3mm, and 3 more 11s. I seem to use this bail on a lot of my pendants. And you're just going to make a circle and come right back through your 3mm, like so. Then you're going to go back up through the 3 seed beads and the 3mm, and we're going to do a bit of a right angle weave here to make your bail. So pick up 3 more, an 11 or 3 11s, a 3mm, and 3 more 11s. Again, just make a circle and go back through the bead like so. Up through the 3 that you just put on and through the 3mm and pull. So you've got this so far. 3 more 11s, a 3mm, 3 more 11s, and make a circle. So you have this so far. Alright. Now you want to go back up through these 3, through the 3mm. And this all depends how big you want to make your bail, how long you like it, how short you like it. I like it with 3 seed beads in there. But we're going to do it with 4 today, so pick up 3 more, another 3mm, and 3 more, and make a circle. And go through your beads again. Pick up 3 more 11s. Turn your work to the back around and go back through the first 3mm that you started in. And this will loop your bail over, like so. That'll all straighten out in the end. Pick up 3 more 11s. And go through the 3mm that you last put on so you can make your bail and pull this nice and tight. So here's what you have so far for your bail. Now we really need to tighten this up, right? So you're going to go through the last 3 beads like so. Pulling tight through your 3mm from the beginning, starting. Pull it tight and back up through these 3 beads. So you're starting from the bottom again and pull very tight. You're going to pick up another 11, and then you're going to go through, you can see the gap between here. Don't go through the 3mm check bead, just go through the next group of 3 seed beads, like so. And this will stiffen up your bail for you and fill that gap in. Again, pick up an 11 through the next group of 3, and pull. Pick up an 11 down through the front of the next group of 3, all on one side. You're still all on one side of your bail. It's getting funky looking. 3 or 11, go through the next group of 3, and then cross over and go through your Czechoslovakian bead again. and up through these 3 again. And you're going to do the exact same thing on this side. Alright? You're going to go through all these beads and reinforce this. You fill in the gaps here first, then reinforce this bail 2 or 3 times. Okay, so I have gone around this bail about 2-3 times, and I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial and you have fun with this pendant. These are absolutely very beautiful, very elegant, and go ahead and play with it. Do what you want with design wise, create something. And if you make them, please friend me on Facebook and show me on iBead4You's website or Facebook page what you've created. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon on the next video. Bye-bye.